Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The first video we're going to do is a Banky Pound story. It's been a little while since I've done one of his stories. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. The family is growing. Also, if you have any videos that you run across that fit the channel, post them in my community tab or send it to me over on direct message over on Instagram. My Instagram will be spelled out in the pinned comment, and the link to hit to go straight to my Instagram, if you don't want to have to paste it into your Instagram search, the link will be in the link in the description. Also, if you have anything personal that you have going on that you may want me to bring, some more awareness to, get some more media coverage on it or anything like that, send me a direct message over on Instagram and we can, see if it fits the channel or fits something that I want to, bring awareness to. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into this. He was a lawyer in prison with bad charges. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family, and let's get into it. My homie, Banky Pound.
The Banky special. Yeah, sure delicious. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody on Tripp and Banky Pound. Man, we appreciate the love.
Boom. Look a lot crisper than Ray J's, don't it?
We appreciate the support, baby.
You did? More like Sugar Ray. You did? But shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Let's go. Let's get it, TBP Nation. You pushing this P all the way down the line. You heard me? 24/7, 365. Cannot stop. Will not stop. Straight like that. We out here. Let's go. All my members, all my subscribers, all my peoples. Salute. Let's get it. Yeah. Hey, there's a whole lot of things in prison that you don't want to be. At the top of the list is somebody in there for some bad charges, especially any type of charges, messing with little people or something like that. That you do not want to be that in prison, for sure. And or you don't want to be in prison and be like somebody who worked for the state, like a police or a trooper or CO or a lawyer or things like that, right? So, cause you open yourself up for extortion. Now, I was under the impression, like, it's crazy because they give them people grace. Like, say if it was an officer or police or something like that, and he got locked up or whatever, they gonna send him to another state so won't nobody know who he is because they don't want nobody to run into him and be like, man, you locked me up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be liable for that. So they give them that type of grace, which is crazy if you ask me, because you break the law, you break the law. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they I don't know, but that's...
Well, we all know that there are citizen laws, and then there are laws for cops, and then let's not get into stuff about laws for specific races and all that. Let's not even get into all that. But yeah, look at my channel and look at all the videos I got. Tells you everything. Let's continue.
What they do. So it'd be easy if you ask me, because you break the law, you break the law. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they... I don't know, but that's what they do. So it'd be hard for you to be around somebody and find out he was a officer or police or something like that, because you know they hiding him, unless the police just tell on them because they don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it'd be hard to find that out. But lawyers and doctors and things like that, people can find that out. So I remember I was locked up, man. They had this white guy in there, and he looked real like out of place. Like you could look at him and tell, like, what is, you know what I'm saying? But he used to be a lawyer, you understand? And somebody found out that he used to be a lawyer. They also found out that he had some bad charges.
He was an actual lawyer on the streets, was doing something to women or children or people in general that he didn't have no business doing, taking advantage of somebody romantically, and went to prison for his crimes and still trying to be a lawyer in prison with his bad charges. Oh, I can only imagine where this one is going. I'm reacting to this in real time with y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Somebody found out that he used to be a lawyer. They also found out that he had some bad charges. It was understood, or it was said that he was locked up because he like little people, little kids or whatnot. And boy, once they found that out, oh Lord, the wolves was out, man. Man, everybody and their mama was trying to, extort the brother, beat the brother. You had a couple of them bandits that was trying to do something strange to the brother, you dig?
Oh my goodness, they were trying to take advantage of him romantically. Oh my God. Let's continue.
And man, the next thing you know, man, the brother beat the brother. You had a couple of them bandits that was trying to do something strange to the brother, you dig? And man, the next thing you know, man, dude's just locked in on it. He was scary. He was scary as I don't know what. And he, you know what I'm saying, was like one, like, he look at it like the Virgin, he give me a check-in. You put too much pressure on him, he getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You could like look at him and like he's sweating. It's so scary and shaky. Man, and then dude said, start making them, man, look, man, you a lawyer, you a certified lawyer, man. Look, I'm trying to get back in court. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm gonna show you my paperwork, man. I got my transcripts and stuff like that. Man, next thing you know, man, they had this sucker doing, man, look, man, you a lawyer, you a certified lawyer, man. Look, I'm trying up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You could like look at him and like he's sweating. It's so scary and shaky. Man, and then dude said, start making them, man, look, man, you a lawyer, you a certified lawyer, man. Look, I'm trying to get back in court. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm gonna show you my paperwork, man. I got my transcripts and stuff like that. Man, next thing you know, man, they had this sucker doing everybody that could be got paperwork. He had no choice. He had no choice. They had this man looking over cases. It was like he was back in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Back in his office or whatever. Because he going over people's cases and stuff like that. And then see, one of the gang members got locked in on him. Like, I got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one handling him. So he had him looking over everybody, all these people's cases. So he actually in there working for free. And then they figured out, like, you got some money. You used to be a lawyer.
Oh my goodness, they got him in there working for free. They not even paying him because of how bad his charges is, right? His charges are so bad, so they're not even paying him. Oh, now he went from working out here on the streets, getting paid to be a lawyer. Now he in prison after doing something he had no business doing to women or children or somebody in general. Now he is in prison, being a lawyer for free. Let's continue.
I profile lawyer too. He had him looking over everybody, all these people's cases. So he actually in there working for free. And then they figured out, like, you got some money. You used to be a lawyer. High profile lawyer too. You know what I'm saying? To my understanding. So they had him writing habeas corpus. What's the joint we got in there? 1983 form, 1984 is that's a lawsuit joint. It's 1983. It might be. I think it's in 1983. They had him write 1983 forms. He looking over dudes' cases. He's saying that he see the flaws in this, or man, I can't find nothing in that. But they was working that sucker, man. They was working him. I mean, he was scared to death, but he felt like that was protecting him, because then you had some bandit dudes that was trying to like, oh no, he need to. He need to be a girl. He need to be a broad. They trying to do it to him. But you got the gang niggas saying, nah. You got the gang brothers saying, no, nah, man. We got him, man. He doing this, he doing that. So it almost became a beef with dudes trying to extort him, and other group of jokers trying to extort him and get something from him. Everybody was on him. So he catching it from every end. You know what I'm saying? So this is what happened to like professionals in there, like lawyers and doctors and stuff. Man, them people they gonna be on you, bro. And if you got a bad charge on top of that, which he had allegedly, so they was on him, bro. I used to look at him, man, and I know it might sound crazy because if he did what he did, you know what I'm saying, then you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But man, I just used to look at him and I used to just see the misery on his face. And I kind of slightly, barely, a little bit felt sorry for him, because I'm like, prison is already horrible. It's already miserable. It's already hard to deal with. And I'm looking at the life he got to live every day under pressure. Real live pressure. They telling you, look, man, go over this, man, go over that, check that. And he coming back to them, telling them, I can't find nothing. And I looked over it for 3 days. I can't find something. There's something in there, man. They railroaded me. Man. You a lawyer, you can find it. And he like,
If they didn't railroad you, they didn't railroad you. If you did it, you did it. If you didn't do it, then he would be able to find something that you didn't, that show that you didn't do it. You did it. You just want him to try to find a way to get you out of it. There's a difference between the two. These people is crazy. And because of his charges, this is why they can just push up on him like that and try to force him to find something when there really isn't nothing to find. You did it and you know you did it. You just want to try to get out and pretend like there's something and try to make him force that there's something. There is nothing. Let's continue.
all right, I look again. He just found nothing. And I looked over it for 3 days. I can't find something. There's something in there, man. They railroaded me. Man. You a lawyer, you can find it. And he like, all right, I look again. He's just so scary. You know what I'm saying? And he don't know what to do. And they got him in the cell with another old white guy that can't do nothing for him. He can't be no help, no nothing. Dude's trying to get him out the cell to move in with him. He don't want to move, but dude's trying to put him up under him so they can really, have a handle on him to hold him. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it was crazy, man. I used to look at him, man, and I think I was around, who was my seller? I think it was Jerry. You know what I'm saying? So, the dude was just, he couldn't do nothing, man. All he did was work for people. He was a real live slave. He ain't doing nothing but working for the gangs. He working for the gangs on everybody's case. This is the only thing that's keeping him alive or safe in the penitentiary, or keeping him a virgin.
The other way, I'm sure he probably had a wife and all that out there, and let's not forget about his horrible charges. I'm sure he had a whole life out there. Yeah, from him being a virgin connected to a man. Let's continue.
This is the only thing that's keeping him alive or safe in the penitentiary, or keeping him a virgin. And alive in the penitentiary. He gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much time he had. I don't know how much longer he had to go. But I know, I remember the look on his face. Every day I seen him, it just looked like he was under tremendous pressure, like he was just stressed. You know how you could just see the stress on his face. It's like, man, I thought the brother might even try to, commit suicide or something, man, because To wake up every day and then have somebody telling you what to do, and he was like in his 50s. But they telling him what to do, how to do, what he better do, what he cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And they telling him.
And let's not forget that some of these, like these gang members, you know, a lot of the gang members, especially, you know, there's a lot of young ones. So you can only imagine a 20-something-year-old, you know, telling you what to do, or an 18-year-old at that, telling you what to do. You 50 years old and an 18-year-old is telling you what to do because you got the worst of the worst charges. And if you don't do what they tell you to do, like Banky said, your manhood is going to be gone. That's wow. But again, people also don't feel bad for people who have these type of charges. So, yeah, again, it's all alleged, though, too, like Banky said. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to join the Young Tripp family.
If you check in, you ain't going to come out nowhere. You know, in his 50s. But they telling him what to do, how to do, what he better do, what he cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And they telling him if you check in, you ain't going to come out nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We got people on every compound. You ain't coming out nowhere. You gonna stay right here and you can work. You know what I'm saying? You can get some of my brothers out. Yeah, that's what you gonna do. What you was doing out there on the street. You know what I'm saying? You went to law school, then you passed the bar. You can find some loopholes in this case. They down on them like that. You know what I'm saying? And I done been around dudes like that. I done been around dudes. I done been around doctors. I done been around dudes that used to be doctors. And then them dudes is trying to go to him and tell him, man, look, I got this right here. What's going on? And they trying to make him tell them what's wrong with them so they ain't got to pay the co-fee to go over to medical. You know what I'm saying? And then when they do go to medical and they come back and the people tell them what they said they got and what he need to take, they asking him, is that true? Is they, you know what I'm saying? And he's stuck. He can't do nothing but comply. You know what I'm saying? He can't do nothing but comply. These dudes can't do their time. Just settle in and be like, boom, boom, boom. If they find out you got a skilled lawyer, doctor, or something like that, and it ain't a lot of them, or it ain't a lot of them that I ran into this locked up, but I ran into a few. I ran in the dock up there on Wallace Ridge, well, almost the whole compound knew him. He was half of their doctor because he from that same town, that same city. But he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He had lost his whole mind. You know what I'm saying? His whole mind. And I heard he was in there, lost his mind. I don't know what his case mate was, but I heard he came home and caught his wife in a compromised position and he unalived both of them. And that's where he was locked up for. He tried to play crazy. Then he turned out being crazy for real. Doc was crazy. Doc used to come out, they open the door. Doc come out with his drawers on. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. The doctor lost his mind after he unalived his wife and the dude that she was talking to. Dang. He must have really loved her. Let's continue.
They open the door. Doc come out with his drawers on. You know what I'm saying? Doc come out with his drawers on and a t-shirt. He had a big belly and a t-shirt setting up over top of his belly where you can see that bottom part of his belly and no shoes on and come walking and go trying to come out in the pod rack and go to the table. You can't even come out your cell on Wallace Ridge without just stay clothes on. And Doc come out there like that. Hey. And if that was somebody else, they'd shoot him. And Doc was a white guy. And like I say, he grew up in that same zone. If that was somebody else, you get shot off the top on Wallace Ridge, man. They gonna bust you. You come out there with your drawers on in the pod. Bam! Bam! Get out! That's what they gonna do. They ain't do it. They calling him Doc. Doc! Hey, Doc! Go back in your cell. Put your pants on. What? Go put your pants on, man. And they'll let him go back in the cell, put his pants on, and come back out there with his pants on and throw a state shirt on, ain't got the button up or nothing, and come out that joint with still ain't got no shoes on. He barefoot, walking on the state floor. Doc was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. Then he had to sell it that was eating his food because Doc had plenty of money. He had plenty of money. He was a doctor for 40 years. So he ordered the maximum of commissary every time we go to commissary. And his celly just in there just eating what he want to eat. And Doc ain't no to the wiser or don't. Either he no to the wiser or he just don't care. You know what I'm saying? He just don't care. He'll come out there with 2 or 3 cans of tuna fish and bust the top of all them joints and just eat them straight out of the can. It was crazy, dog. Doc was gone, but you know, they gave him respect, they gave him grace only because they knew him. You know what I'm saying? I heard a CO one time talking to him say, man, you know, Doc, you been, you know, my doctor, man, said I was about 4 or 5 years old, man, but I you know what I'm saying, I don't know how you got yourself in this position, man, but you know, you gotta calm down, brother, you gotta calm down. I don't want to be hard on you because I know you. You know, so they actually knew him. You know, so if you couldn't really do nothing to Doc, especially, like I say, he a white man. If you try to do something to him or try to extort him up there, when half of them dudes up there know him from when they was little and grew up with him being their doctor, and they white, and they hillbilly up there, and they racist up, man, they gonna beat you down. You know what I'm saying? And if Doc was smart enough and was able to tell the police that his cellar was eating all his food, they probably would have crushed him. They probably would have crucified him up there. You know what I'm saying? But Doc was just gone like that, and he didn't understand what was going on, right? But everybody else could see it. You know what I'm saying? The dude would go in the cell, grab a whole thing, and come out there, fix a whole meal, and it's Doc food. It's Doc food, man. But the lawyer dude, man, he just was under that pressure, man, that he couldn't get out of. It was nothing he can do. And then, like I say, you had the dudes, the booty bandits, they mad because they weren't like, you know, he ain't here messing with, you know, little kids, man. He's supposed to be, yeah, you know, let us get him. But the gang dudes is like, nah, he doing something big, man. He trying to get us out of prison, man. That's bigger than that. Nah. So they, you know, almost at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't protect them. Who is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we is. But we is, though. You know what I'm saying? So it was just crazy work, man. But over the years, I have not ran into a lot of professionals like that. You know, I ran into a professional tennis player like that. He's supposed to have, like, really, like, played, went on the circuit, then played in, like, the U.S. Open and things like that. And they said he had wicked charges. Wicked, like, you know, not with little kids, but, like, taking women, you know. And once that came out, man, he used to catch it, too. But he was willing to fight. You know what I'm saying? He was still kind of athletic or this, that, and the third. He was willing to fight. And he got in a couple of scraps when dudes was calling him, you know, a rapist or whatever, man. But dudes poured the article up, too. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got this old school. This was back in the early 90s. So this was before everybody could just, you know, because later after that, when they find out something about you on the street, they'll get their people. They'll call home and say, oh, man, he got this man. So pull his case up. And they'll get it printed out and sent in the mail. They was doing that so much, dudes started busting people up, man. Dudes started, you know, attacking people, hurting people. And they were saying when the people got hurt, they was going over there saying, somebody put up an article about my case and saying, they started censoring the mail. If any newspaper articles or anything came there in the mail then, because they check your mail anyway. But then normally they check it for drugs, this, that, and the third. They probably see a newspaper article, don't pay it no mind. After dudes started getting hurt, because dudes was sending in articles about people's case, they start censoring your mail. If you had anything in there, any type of printout with somebody's case in there, they was opening your mail and they take it. Your mail is gone. They're not even gonna let you get it. Like, that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? And they was only doing it because the medical bill was going up. They was getting overloaded because when dudes was getting dudes' cases in, it became an epidemic. Oh, man, this dude used to be a woo-da-woo-da-woo, or this dude did this, or what? And they was getting them cases in, bro. That's what they was doing.
That's crazy. Getting people's mail, getting people's cases mailed in. Wow. Let's continue.
They would get on that kiosk and they'll try to find out your real name. And once they find out your real name, they'll send that John home. If they looked at you and thought you looked funny, or you had, you know what I'm saying, any type of look at you like you had something crazy going on, That's exactly what they did. They called home and they got somebody, they Google up your joint and pull your case up. And if anything in that joint was a foul or you told or anything like that, man, them gang jokes was getting them joints in and say, look, bro, this you? This you right here? Yeah, you told on two of your homeboys, man, you got to go up out of here, man. You got to pay taxes, man. What you gonna do? Straight up. They was coming just like that. And they started censoring the mail because of that. And if any articles came in there about anybody, it could be in your family, it could be an obituary or something or whatever, they won't take it because they'll think that even the obituary is saying that, oh, this dude killed this person. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't even get none of that type of stuff in prison no more. And this was like probably when I acknowledged it, I don't know if it happened before that time with it, but probably like 2016, 2015, they stopped letting them type of things come in because dudes was getting tore off the frame for that. You know what I'm saying? Because once they get your information, they that's it. And you know how they was getting your information? They was pulling up on dudes straight up, man, let me see your ID card. Yeah, you got to have an ID card. Let me see your ID card. They look at your ID card, and they get your whole name and your whole, and they send that information out there, and people can find out what you in there for, who you is, where you from, all that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know what Google was during this time. But that's what they was doing. Because remember I told you I had the little white homeboy that supposed to been from around the people that I knew, and I was cool with him, and then they found out he had some freaked up charges. And they started pressing him, and I went to him and say, look, man, I don't know if you did this or not or whatever. And he said he didn't. But I'm like, I don't care. Well, if you going to fight for yourself, then I'm going to stand up for you. He was like, straight up, he said, I can't fight, man. I said, you can't fight. Just put up a fight anyway. And he was like, I'm scared. I don't want to fight. I said, so you rather get extorted? He said, yeah, I don't want to fight. I don't want to get hurt. I never heard nobody say that to my face, and that's what he said. And I had to respect it, but I won't fight for you. You ain't gonna fight for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It led me to believe maybe you did it, maybe you didn't. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how the game go, man. But if you in that prison and you a lawyer, you a doctor, you a former CO, you a former police officer, a state trooper, you better hope don't nobody find out. And furthermore, you better hope what you locked up for ain't got nothing to do with no kids or no woman in no sexual type of manner. You better hope not, because if so, whoo, boy, hey, they gonna rain hell down on you. Yes, they gonna rain hell down on you for sure. But anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Let me know. I know this video was rushed. I got a lot of things to do. I'm doing it by multitasking, but I still wanted to get in here and holler at y'all, man. So, salute. Y'all stay safe. Be smart. Make good decisions. And bang, 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 bang. Tuck them hooks, man. They out there. And we is too.
Banky Pound. Banky special, y'all. Banky.
My name is Banky, man.
Banky.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality. You know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Opioid addiction can be.
Yeah, I could kind of tell that he was kind of like rushing this one because it wasn't told like some of his other, like most of his other stories. I've seen a couple of them where it seemed like they were kind of rushed as well too. But regardless, yeah, people who are doctors, lawyers, especially a lawyer, yeah, they gonna be down on you. They ain't gonna let nobody get to you to do that. Take advantage of you romantically because they gonna want you to look at your case, look at their case, and try to find loopholes and all that in their case and claim that you better than they lawyer, I guess. But let me know what y'all think. I'll have Banky's video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Young Tripp family. Also, if you have any videos that you run across that you want me to react to on the channel, post it in the community tab or send me a direct message over on Instagram. My Instagram will be spelled out in the pinned comment, and the link to my Instagram will be in the link in the description. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Also, come follow me over on Instagram as well too, because I post over there as well too. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.